Desikendram Paramam Pavitram Vishwasya Bijam Madhuram Jatindram Hitayaninang Naramurtimantam Vivekwanandam Ahang Namami. Om Namaste Brahmarupayo Brahmanandayo Nandine Namo Rajadhirajayo Sarvakalyanakarine. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. To the teacher of teachers, who is supremely pure, the guardian of the world, the sweet one, the prince among the yogins, who took up a human form for the good of mankind, to that Vivekananda, the embodiment of joy derived from discrimination, I prostrate to himself. Our salutation to Brahmananda, who is of the form of Brahman, source of joy to the spiritual seekers, real benefactor of all humanity, the King of Kings who administered the spiritual ministration. I salute that Brahmananda again and again. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So this month we have the birthdays of two great souls in the Ramakrishna tradition. It's called Vivekananda and Brahmananda. So we celebrated their birthdays, or celebrating. So we are recalling their contribution today. And who are they? A little bit of them. We all know Sri Ramakrishna came and he preached, he lived the life of that experience, that all religion leading to the same destination. He experienced that each soul, there is divinity in each one. But yet he lived that life, he did that austerity, practiced all diverse ways and means of reaching the ultimate truth. But he didn't came for just experiencing himself. He is God himself come down. But he has a mission. And his mission was to harmonize all the paths of spiritual practices, all the flights of spiritual growth, all the modes through which humankind moves from one level of development to the another level towards God. Ramakrishna lived that life, experienced that life, and he was intoxicated in that God vision and that bliss. But he wanted to give it to the whole world. So that's why he lived the life, experienced all the moods and nooks and corners of spiritual journey, but he didn't come for himself, for his own personal fun and joy. But he came, it is as it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, incarnations come for the good of humanity, not for one country, one species of people, one gender, one color. They cross all the boundaries. It is for the whole world, for the peace of all, for the redemption of all. So Sri Ramakrishna came, he came to uplift mankind into that one state of divine consciousness. All the dualities where it will dissolve, all the conflicts and confusions, all the animosity among religious traditions should go away. For that purpose he is coming. We know how important is Ramakrishna's coming in the present context of the world. Everyone can testify that. In the name of religion, in the name of power, in the name of position and all these things, so much disaster going on all the time going on, but it is the worst time now. We feel, everyone can feel that. So he came such time much before, but a planning was done to address this problem. Religion is not the problem. Problem is the mind which does not understand the truth. And here is a man, he didn't go to philosophy. He didn't go to learn into universities and get a degree and PhD. But he only lived a life of God realization. And he was so much charged into the spirit that he forgot the whole world. And he was intoxicated in experimenting spirituality through so many ways, whatever possible. And all the religious traditions of the world, all the practices in Hinduism, infinite number of paths and ways. In Christianity, in Islam, as you all know, he practiced everything and said, why fight? Fight for your inner devil to destroy. You are trying to correct the devil outside, but devil is in you. You are a devil. You are trying to correct others. Unless you change yourself, you should be divine first. You be divine, then you can do something to others to raise their divinity. So that was the purpose of Ramakrishna's coming. And this message is so much needed for the redemption of the whole world, for the peace and joy of the entire universe. No, we need that type of deep understanding that it is path, it is not changing the outside, it's changing the inside. And inside us, all of us, we have infinite potential, infinite energy, infinite joy, infinite bliss. How to touch that? So that was the purpose. So different people have different moods and sentiments. So to cater the need of the whole world, Ramakrishna brought with him from divine plan his warriors who will fight against ignorance, who will fight against all meanness and unkindness in all religious practices. So 16 young boys came around him. He first realized God, cried and wept. Oh, for mother, mother, he used to worship God as mother, to see mother, Ma Kali, and cried, and life was unbearable. That yearning was so deep that he could not bear the separation, and that was his major practice. And he Bakulata, only simple calling upon God and praying and crying and weeping, and had the vision of experience. But that message is to be given to the world. That religion, all religion leading to the one destination. We are all divine, we are all pure, we are not sinners. We may have committed some blunders. We travel from lower truth to higher truth. This message was needed. So he collected he didn't collect, all came by God's will around him. And he trained them to take the path of dedication and sacrifice. Nothing happened in life without sacrifice. Even to get a degree, to get a good grade in the school, look at the boys and girls, how they are working hard to get A+. Sacrifice. You will have to give your sacrifice for your games, your friendship, your fun. Sacrifice. And for God realization, you will have to sacrifice much more. And to do good to the world, you will have to sacrifice your whole life. And that was the call of Swami Sri Ramakrishna. And he used to cry, climbing on the roof of the Dakshineshwar where he practiced and had the experience of this unity of religion, unity of religious paths. He used to cry, oh, you all young people, come. I am dying for you to appear. I am tired of talking about mundane things, worldly talks, day and night. Come, ye pure souls, who are there? And there appeared one by one. He cried for them. Those young generation of people came who are totally westernized. They are all educated in the British regime. That time British rule was there. They are all doubt, question, Hinduism, all this idol worship. This is all nonsense. It was ingrained in their faith, in their brain. They wanted a spiritual science, a scientific religion, which can satisfy your brain, which can response to all your spiritual questions intellectually, and then to lead a point where intellect cannot reach. It should not be contradictory before, because it is spiritual. Faith, my faith, my faith, my faith, your faith. And the fight goes between the faith to faith. What it matters, I have some faith, you have some other faith. But if it is science, then it is different. Truth is to be experienced. You will experience, I will experience the same thing. So there came this need of bringing this. So many young people came around, and they have different temperaments. And they are all trained under his master supervision, not letting them go to sleep during whole night. Hey, you come here to sleep? Get up, it is night time, go. Take the name of the Lord. Yeah, that austere practice, spiritual discipline and all these things, and they all become giants. But among the 16 of them, 2 become the prominent person in the movement, Ramakrishna movement. We call Ramakrishna movement, we call Vedanta movement. Vedanta movement is the experience of the Vedas, all the Vedic wisdom of oneness and harmony that was experienced in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, and that was relived in the life of all these direct disciples. And each one reached the highest goal of God realization. But to preach to the world of different temperament, to the people who have different temperament, we are all different. Some may be on more of devotional nature, some may be intellectual nature, some may be meditative nature, some may be active nature. So whatever is there, to fill the need of all categories of people, these 16 disciples, they stood there and they lived their life, dedicated their life, and they devoted them for this first experiencing, then talking. We talk before experience, but they experience first and they talk. That's why their words are very powerful. They have seen the truth and they can describe that. So, out of them, the 2, as I am mentioning, Swami Vivekananda and Swami Brahmananda, who is called Naren and Rakhal, these 2 were the prime mover in this Vedanta movement and to the whole world. So we find that Swami Vivekananda took the proper lead. Sri Ramakrishna's body was so pure and sattvika that he could not do that himself. So he needed these assistants. And Sri Ramakrishna made 2 disciples primary vehicle to start this mission. All his disciples represent different moods of spiritual aspirants. So now Swami Vivekananda is always keeping his mind in a high level of non-dual reality. I am that, the roaring call. No? I am that absolute, I am Satchidananda Brahman. I am not the body, not the mind, I am the spirit. He is not talking. He used to live in that high altitude of non-dual experience and keep the mind in that level. And that's why Vedanta, what is been preached in this country in 1893, you all know, the Chicago Parliament of Religions, it is he stood there and proclaimed this ancient truth in front of the thousands of people who assembled there. And what was the net result? Net result was they didn't hear this type of word. World never heard about this truth. The whole West knows that we are sinners, and we are born sinners, and we are destined to go to hell because of bad mistakes, sin, and someone will go to heaven. This duality created. And here came Vivekananda with a roaring voice. Ye the children of divinity, ye sinners. It is a sin to call a man sinner. What a message brought and thrilled the hearts of this West, entire West, who wanted a scientific religion which can be proven, which can be experienced, which can be given to others also, like as we give a glass of water, spirituality can be given. And Vivekananda gave that religion to this country whoever came in touch of his life, you can see, read the life of Swami Vivekananda. I will urge you to read that book, Life of Swami Vivekananda by Nikhilananda, or the what is called Eastern and Western disciples. Read that life. How he electrified the whole psyche of the West, from sin to divinity, to weakness to the bright support of the inner power. We are all divine, we are all pure, we are very stainless. Now at this point we are divine. Only little cloud of ignorance has come. Get out of the cloud and you feel your inner divinity. That message was brought. And that was why? That was also mission of Swami Sri Ramakrishna. He didn't want that. He was, as he came from a high plane of spiritual altitude, he came down with a request of God's will. He came down and he wanted to get into Samadhi. He came first to Sri Ramakrishna, said, have you seen God? Can you show me God? Because he's sincerely running after people, all the holy people of Calcutta and other areas. God is a word, God can be seen. Have you seen? Don't talk. Don't give quotation from the Upanishads or the Gita or the Bhagavad Gita, or my scripture says so. Scripture says so, no meaning. Have you seen God? Tell me. And only one response came from Ramakrishna. Yes, I have seen. I see more clearly as I see you. As I hold the hand fan, God is much more practical and palpable to me. And he touched him. He gave that, as I said, giving the religion. And similarly, in split second, he found this whole world is disappearing into some void. And he's going to the level. So he said, oh, wow, what are you doing? I have my mom, I have my dad. Ramakrishna said, okay, for this time, now up to this much. And then gradually, he trained him and he went to the ecstatic experience of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Not once, many times. And then Ramakrishna passed away. Ramakrishna, before passing away, he noted down, this Naren will teach out of love, joy, Radhe Premamai. Radha is the symptom of love for Krishna, love for humanity. Swami Vivekananda came out of love for humanity. One time he said, I have fallen in love with humanity. I am fallen in love with humanity. Their suffering, their pain bothers me. That's why his life was dedicated for the good of humanity and sacrifice. He left his body, every drop of the blood, for the good of humanity. And what is the message? My ideal can be preached into the few words, Swami Vivekananda said. And that is to preach unto mankind what? Their hidden divinity. And how to manifest it in every act, every movement of life. Mind the words. I am not giving the whole Vivekananda literature. But remember this much. That was the mission of Swami Vivekananda. My ideal can be preached into few words. What are the few words? My ideal can be preached into few words, and that is to first believe that there is a hidden divinity in you. Divinity is here. Manifest that divinity. You have a treasure inside. You do not know you are a beggar. You are missing your chain, golden chain in your neck. And you are searching for everywhere. But it is here. To be aware and how to manifest that divinity. We are divine. We should behave like a divine person. Not like a beast. Not like a brute. Not like an animal. We have to behave in our all actions. Love, compassion, holiness, purity should manifest. That's why he says, my mission is this, to manifest this divinity in day-to-day life. How it can be manifested in every action. Your eating, your sleeping, your interaction with people. That reality can be, I am dealing with the divine, you in divine, me divine. Divine acting with divine. He wanted to make this message. And that was his idea, that my ideal can be preached into a few words. That is to preach unto mankind, first of all, their hidden divinity. To convince you have divine, you are not sinner, you are divine. And then faith, that have your faith on that. And how to manifest that faith in every action of your life. That was a great mission entrusted on Swami Vivekananda by Sri Ramakrishna. And he passed away. And that was his responsibility all through the life. He was all the time he wanted to take rest in samadhi. But again, he's pulled out of love for humanity. And that love, and he said, that love is not gone. It's still now today. He said, it may be that I shall cast this body off like an old worn out garment, but I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world shall know that it is one with God. Listen to this voice message. Go and purchase a small book, $1 book in the bookstore. Daspek. Get the bigger book, Teachings of Vivekananda. Read bigger books, complete works. Find the fire in it. And that is the power he wanted to impart on us. And that is within us to develop. That is the mission of Ramakrishna. But he also has his journey ends, no? He has his life. He came from a plane, don't want to stay in this world, so much trouble to take care of it forever. So he wanted to get out. But this mission, how the mission will be fulfilled. Then came his friend, Swami Brahmananda. Brahmananda was a spiritual dynamo, you can say. And he was called the spiritual son of Ramakrishna. He was so much imbued into the ideal and ideology and spiritual practices of Ramakrishna that he used to live in the realm of divine consciousness. Gods and goddesses, all which we think, we doubt, is there any God? Gods and goddesses are some confusion of the brain, no? For us, we never see anything. So some few cracked brain people see something, Shiva, Kali, Durga. No, they are visible. As Ramakrishna saw, it can be seen. That was the idea which Brahmananda stepped into it, and he led a life of contemplative life, to withdraw and turn back. Swami Vivekananda said, give one life for the good of others. Don't look back at your own personal selfishness. Spirituality is unfolding, and spirituality is unselfishness. Be unselfish. Try to help others. Don't think I, me, mine. And that is all what is ungodly. And what is godly? Expand yourself, give yourself, serve everyone. And trying to think, I'm serving the divine, I'm serving the divine, I'm serving the divine. That's a new change. But to make it practical, there came Swami Brahmananda, Rakhal, he used to call. Ramakrishna in a mystic vision saw that is Rakhal is who? He is a playmate of Krishna, the Lord Krishna. The first, he saw a mystic vision, Ramakrishna, that one boy is playing with Krishna on the lotus in the Ganges, where Dakshineshwar was, Ramakrishna used to stay. And within few minutes, one boy came and he entered into Ramakrishna's room and he said, what's your name? He said, my name is Rakhal. Oh, the name also matches with that. Krishna's friend is called Rakhal because the cowherd boys used to play with the shepherd boys, you know. So, Rakhal coming as a playmate of Lord Krishna. He is born in the body of Rakhal, this Brahmananda. And anyhow, His life story goes on. You can read Eternal Companion, purchase a book from the bookstore, and it will be a treasure for you forever. Read every day, you find inspiration from there. I have given 2-3 books recommendation today. It's too much. Then this Rakhal, then Sri Ramakrishna tried to train him and train him in deep meditation and prayer and all these things. And he became gradually so much imbued into the supreme consciousness within, and the mystic visions and experiences. He had many, many, many mystics experiences. And now, when Ramakrishna passed away, Vivekananda, the Noren, took a resolution with all other brothers on the 24th of December, not knowing that it is 24th of December to them. In a village environment, they were all gathered together in the middle of the night, midnight. A firewood burning is called dhuni. That is the tradition. Sadhus sit around a fire whole night for meditation. And he was doing that with the other brothers. And then Swami Vivekananda, not knowing anything, inspired, and he started talking very highly inspired. He said, Ramakrishna came to preach this message of harmony and peace. So Christ also came and he gave his life. He was crucified for the good of humanity. So let us take a resolution today. We will dedicate our life, not go back home anymore, and dedicate our life for the good of humanity. And that is the starting point, is this monastery, which is now we are a part of it. On all the pictures you see, these are the people on the big picture. They are all Ramakrishna's disciples. And we are talking about them. And then the Varanagar monastery was started, a monastery, poor monastery with hardship, much hardship. Then it was moved to another place, to the present place now. Now, Swami Vivekananda went back from this country after charging this whole country. It's boiling in the name of Vivekananda. He became the hero of the country. Here in England and Europe, all these places visited, and they went back. And then he started this monastic tradition. It's called the Ramakrishna order. And there, he had started this institution with the purpose of Atmana Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya Cha. Twin ideal. The people, the monks, nuns, and the devotees who love this Vedanta philosophy, twin ideal. What are the twin ideal? Atmana Moksha, Jagat Hita. We have no other goal in life. Atma Mukti, know who you are. Free yourself from the bondage of body, mind, emotion, and ego. We are all slaves of the body. We are all slaves of our mind. Anyone can make me dance as they want it to me by saying some strong word or sweet word. No, I am not body. I live in the body. I am not the house. I live in the house. I am somebody which is free soul. So that is the Atma Mukti. All the monks and the devotees, you are here. Our goal is Atma Mukti. This Atman as I think I am the body. Free from your body consciousness. Expand yourself in the infinitude of the reality. Feel that you are everywhere. Everything is you. I am that. All the names and forms are only made of Satchidananda. Think of that. Think of that infinite ocean of Pacific Ocean. Water. And all the waves, they are also water. One wave, another wave. These are all waves. Till I am the H2O. I am Satchidananda. Atma Mukti. What a grand philosophy, grand goal of life. If you have to create a goal of your life, have this goal. I want to be free from this bondage of this body. You know, old people, we know bondage is body. Young people may not feel it now. Isn't it? We feel little older, above 80s, we feel much more. And do you understand how body bound we are? And this day heart is bothering, that day the kidney is bothering, that day the neuro problem, that day the... So it's all problem, problem, problem. And I want to hold. But I'm not that. I live in the body. It has become old and old engine. Get out. So you'll be free from taking the proper attitude of Vedanta. This body has given me in good service for 80 years. So now it is a time engine parts have become old. I will get another engine. This car is discarded, then I can another Tesla. Or any other brand you like. So this is, anyhow, digressing myself. The question is that Atmana Moksha, Mukti, liberation, freedom. Swamiji's message is so powerful. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom is the song of the soul. No one wants to be in bondage. No one wants to be controlled. It's a crawling worm, you see. You stop it. You say, no, I will go this way. The plants, you try to cut it and put it this side, he will try to go this side. There is a consciousness behind everywhere. And that consciousness, we in human, it is much more manifest. So Atma Mukti. And how will you get it? Jagat Hita. Don't think of your petty I. Think of others. Jagat means the world. Hita means the auspicious, purposeful dedication to others, helping others. Jagat Hita Kalyan. The good of others, the good of many. So this is the idea, and he established this order. But how sweet it looks when you speak, but how difficult it is to put it into practice. How can I love you if I am not little pure in my heart? If I love, I will do a business of love. I did it for you. What you are going to give it back to me? Our love is what is called? Transactional. Very good word. Because I give you this much, I expect this much. You should give me this much, I should give it this much. But we have to raise a point. No, whatever you do is not the point. I give and give and give. Swami Vivekananda says, give. Never turn back what you get back. And you will see that how big you become. You become free from bondage. Expectation is the cause of your suffering. No one is giving us any pain. My expectation is the cause of my suffering. If I don't expect anything, you say good or you say bad, what is that to me? You praise me or blame me, what is that to me? But if I expect that, oh, I did so much and he should give you thanks, even the thanks he will not give you. But why you are becoming beggar again? Why not be master? Why not be Swami Vivekananda? Take a position of the giver in the world. So Swami Vivekananda felt the need of an organization. This high philosophy, this practical, can it be practical as I said? Swami Vivekananda said, to preach unto mankind that divinity which is hidden divinity, and how to manifest this divinity in every moment of life. That is the point. How can it be done? We should have a mechanism. We should have an organization where people will come, get these ideas, and try to think, oh, we are hearing new message. Here's a message for my freedom. And the way is not selfishness, it's selflessness. Way is not me and mine, but thee and thine. To think that's a great ideology, how it can be manifested. So these two souls gathered together. They are friends, Vivekananda and Brahmananda. They are early friends. They live very close to their childhood days. They used to go for wrestling together in the same learning center. They used to play together, they used to do that, and they came to Ramakrishna together, not in the same period, but they are influenced by the Ramakrishna's ideal of this philosophy of serving God and serving God in man. Understand this point very much. We do service, everyone served. From morning till now you have served somebody or others. You prepared your breakfast and the clean and this and that. You worked. But for somebody or someone, but you do not know it is I did it for God. So where will this message come? How the world will be getting this benefit of this? So Vivekananda organized this movement, which is named in India Ramakrishna, in the name of Ramakrishna Mission. The mission of Ramakrishna. What is the mission? The purpose. What is the goal of this Ramakrishna? It's not to create a cult, but it's a universal ideology for all humanity, beyond sex, beyond all the concept of country or culture. Beyond that, that is the thing. So this organization was set, and there these two people played a beautiful role. Swami Vivekananda and Swami Brahmananda. What is it? Vivekananda was the fiery person, as I said. The nature of the two friends were widely dissimilar, but yet, in a sense, they are complementary. So, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Noren, Vivekananda, dwells in the realm of the absolute, the impersonal. He is like a sharp drawn sword of discrimination. That means very direct, instant realization, instant removal of the ignorance. That was his mission. Whereas Rakhal's nature is different. Why? Because to two different types of people, so many different types of people we are. We can take Rakhal idea, we can take Vivekananda idea. Whatever is easy for one. So Rakhal dwells in the realm of God, the sweet one, the repository of all blessed qualities. He is like a child on the lap of his mother, completely surrendering to her in this every way. So Vivekananda nature is a flying and fiery relationship, and fire burning out of him, as if to give everyone the spirit of that joy, that you are free, you are free soul, you are beyond all this. And another bhakti path, one is the bhakti, another is jnana. Swami Prabhupada in Eternal Companion, he has compared these two great souls' nature. He said Vivekananda was like the flaming fire, like a midday sun, burning up all evils and impurities. And Brahmananda was like a soft, cool light, soothing the aching heart. One was the uncompromising truth, Swami Vivekananda peace, that is the Vedanta. Know yourself. Every responsibility is yours. You can do everything. Have trust on yourself. You have trust in thousands, gods and goddesses. Have no trust on yourself. You are an atheist. Swami Vivekananda's word. So, this message is different. Swami Vivekananda is saying, if you have faith and devotion to thousands of gods and goddesses and have no faith on yourself, you are an atheist. And he is an atheist who have no faith in himself. But he is called atheist who I can do everything. In me is infinite power. I can manifest that power. And actually, everyone is manifesting in the world of science, technology, art, literature, every culture, everywhere. It is the manifestation of their potential power. That's why Swami Vivekananda defined religion is the manifestation of the what is called the purity of the soul, no? And education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. Purity already in man, perfection already in man. So Swamiji's idea, you do take responsibility of yourself and unfold. But there are people, I cannot do myself. So Lord can do. So Pray, go, pray, cry, weep. Try to meditate, contemplate, get in touch with the divine within. So that was the nature of Brahmananda. And his nature is soft and sweet, and Vivekananda was like a deep and restless ocean. He wants now. You have to realize God, have it now. Always fighting against ignorance and superstition. And Brahmananda was like the blue sky, vast and patient in spirit. The manner of his working was inward and silent. Vivekananda laid the foundation for the spiritual undertaking, entrusted to him by his master, that is the Ramakrishna mission. But he passed away so quickly, 39 years, 6 months, he died, no? 1902, he died in July. Then who will run the entire movement? It was left to Swami Brahmananda. So Brahmananda built up the edifice. Swami Vivekananda, with his dynamic, aggressive response personality, could wake a man from sleep of ignorance. Vivekananda's message is so powerful. Hey, you are sleeping, you will wake up. Oh, what I am hearing. I am Atman, I am pure, I am stainless, I am this, I can do everything. A weak person will be strong immediately. A person sitting will just jump out of the seat and run. Who is running, walking and walk. A person walking, listening to Vivekananda will be running. Such is the force in Vivekananda. And that's why he said, Swami Vivekananda is dynamic, he is aggressive in this way. To personality could wake a man from or a woman from the sleep of ignorance. You see, lead the life of Eastern and Western disciple, you will find how many Westerner in this country. Thousands. Once they saw Vivekananda, once they get a touch of Vivekananda's fiery words, their life was transformed. And they become really, they're a different personality from this traditional thought. And Brahmananda, his character is serenity, and could show him the way to mold his life to God slowly. So this mission, when he started, then to run this, it was a big job after Vivekananda's personality. Vivekananda is a fire, as I said. Wherever he goes, people in thousands and thousands of people were charmed by his message and his power and his spirituality. And Brahmananda is a very silent, calm, serene person. Anyone coming there, they can feel uplifted. So they started this organization. Many boys and girls, and they joined. For now, first the boys, and later on the girls also. So they came and they joined, and they kept this twin ideal. Why are you coming here to be a monk? For your own realization. Realize God within, and every moment live for others. Don't think of yourself anymore. Atmanamakshartam jagodhitayachu. And it is the big power, integrating power was Swami Brahmananda to keep all these people, because everyone thinks spirituality means what? What is the spirituality means? You go away from your home. Go into solitude, do some meditation, do some prayer. This world is all wrong. Get out. That is the concept. But what will happen to the millions of people who are in the household life, bound by the duties? Brahmananda stands there, giving them this Ramakrishna order. Started with it. He kept these monastics integrated together and make them spiritual personality. This organization is to make spiritual personalities. We are here all for spiritual development, no other purpose. And the spiritual development will happen, it is within us. And how to do? By synchronizing these 4 philosophies of life. Every action, it is offering to God. Every time I think, every world is changing every moment, but there is a divine, unchanging reality in us. All these high philosophies can be made practical, and that is organization. This is Vedanta, is set for that order. So that Brahmananda, there may be many ideas, but to make it practical is a big problem. And he continued it, for 20 years afterwards, and he left. And during that time, this order went through much hassle and trouble, because at the beginning there was no financial support, there is no societal support, but it has to, and then many people didn't join, and many young people didn't join. The thousands will come and join in this movement, because it is too much renunciation oriented center. No, what I have given you the idea to renounce. Renounce does not mean that you give up your home and go into the forest. But renunciation means detach from your own body-mind identity, attached to the divine which is in others. Feel someone is suffering, first, last time you feel your suffering. But we do the opposite. My suffering is so much, you do not know. How much I am suffering in physical body, I am in mentally, I am depressed, I am this financially. I. Vedanta teaches, feel for the others. Much more people are there worse than your condition. Why not think? And there the God, in the sleeping God, is in those people are there suffering. Do something for them. Your heart will open, and your life will be mukti, will help you reach the liberation. So the two twin friends, they are deeply connected with each other. They have built up this organization, and because of them, the future generation continued, and we are still here. Same movement, same ideology is flowing to the organization. That's why we are greatly indebted to this great soul, Swami Vivekananda and Brahmananda. Without them, this organization would not have its foundation and its flow. In India, see how it is working. In India, in America also. These two brothers did this great job. We are here. I am here because of them. You are here because of them. What was the contribution? Look at that. When this organization is working, the monks and the nuns have different separate organization. Monks have theirs. And also unique, these two great souls thought that it should be, women's organization should be independent, not male dominated. Even you go to Christianity, to Buddhism, still today, men will dominate. But this is the only organization, women's section is totally separate, and they run their own show, they do their charitable activity, they do their service to the poor and needy people in disaster in every area. So, but if you go to our website in belurmott.org, you will find so many centers, thousands and thousands of people are being helped in whatever level, in physical level, mental level, intellectual level, and spiritual level. Our service, it is because of them. They have framed the order in that way to cater the needs of all categories of people, from those who are needed physical level. Swami Vivekananda says, don't talk about philosophy to a hungry person. Give him a plate of food. Don't talk spirituality to a person who is sick. Give him some medical treatment. Don't talk about spirituality to a person who is mentally depressed. Give him some positive boosting idea so that he gets regenerate this spiritual depth which is potential in them. And lastly, give spiritual instruction which will free them from bondage of life. So these four categories, this whole order works in these four categories. First of all, people are in need, physical hunger, disaster, flood, earthquake. You see our monks rush there, forgetting their own thing. What they will eat or not, they take truck full of food and this and that as much as they can to go to the different places. Don't talk any religion. Don't convert anyone. But most of the religions do convert here. Take the truckload of food and give it. Now you are say, this is my religion, you accept that religion. But this is the only non-sectarian religion which is, it is serving God, serving God. In our hospitals, when the patients are there, we have several hospitals. Calcutta is one big hospital, 600-bed hospital, run by our monastics. And in Benares, there is a hospital. Vrindavan, we have hospital. And there, one day is dedicated when all the patients will be worshipped like God. As we do puja in our temple, we offer flower, we offer garland, we bring sweets, and actually the head of the center will go and serve every patient like that, as Narayana, as God himself. At least to impose that idea, I am serving not a patient. That's a service to God. Same God who resides in the hungry person, same God who resides in the sick person, same God who is depressed and down to the ground, to give them boosting, give some spiritual talk, give some inspirational ideology so that he comes out of his depression. Mentally, he can think something different, new thinking. And then who have all these things, but still restless for something beyond, give them spiritual instruction, give them mantra initiation, diksha, etc., so that they can get out of this bondage of life. So this is the twin ideal in our life, and it is established by these two great souls, mainly Ramakrishna, but these two great souls, along with all the 16 disciples we are seeing in this wonderful painting, classic painting, that these souls have dedicated their life, and afterwards thousands of sadhus, monks have already left their life, dedicating their whole life, and the whole organization, this Vedanta movement, is based on this foundation of renunciation and service. Thanks to these great souls and our adoration to them. Okay, thank you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.